Hi, you guys. So hopefully you can hear me this time. I'm not sure what happened, why the audio wasn't connecting on the last video. So before I start, I do want to say the reason I'm going live, and I probably go live a couple more times because there's a couple stories that I do want to touch on. I have some videos, and how I put the content together and then upload. And I'm just having issues with YouTube for whatever reason. Every time I try to upload the videos, it's throwing it back out. So if you are a YouTuberian, are you having these issues? Let me know in the comments, because I have a few videos right now that are kind of backed up. So I don't want to keep making stuff and then I can't upload it. I don't know why it's and I thought maybe, okay, well, maybe something's not right in one video. Let me go to the next one, um, but it's doing that to all of them that I'm trying to upload. So I decided just to come live and kind of touch on a couple of stories. But yeah, if you're a YouTuber, let me know if you guys are having the same issue uploading your videos, because I don't know, maybe it's my stuff, my equipment, and not YouTube. But let me know in the comments if you can. So I wanted to touch on a couple of stories that are out here. Some people are creating content around the fact that Brittany took some nude photos at the beach. To my understanding, reading the description, she was saying that it's her fiance's birthday. So I'm sure that's probably part of the reason she decided to do this. And they were on vacation. I think she's still on vacation. She posted another picture today in a yellow off the shoulder wrap dress, this cute dress. So people are just saying that they're concerned that she might start doing things while she's on social media platforms that could get her put back in the position that she's trying to get from under with the conservatorship and all of that. I don't really think it's a bad. I don't take the pictures like that, especially since she is giving you the reason why she's posting them. Um, and so is I don't know. That's just my feeling. You guys can let me know how you feel about it in the comments. And I think, like at the beginning of her career, she was considered like a body, right? Like she had a natural body, um, and so curves and what have you. So that could be a part of it for her as well. Maybe her father wasn't really allowing her to express herself creatively while she was under his care. So maybe she's because she wrote on one of the pictures, set of pictures, that it just felt like freedom for her to do that. So that's a part of why she's doing that. And then she covers up the parts of her body parts. So I don't really see it in a negative way like that, but I do get what people are saying. They don't want to see her do anything that get herself put back in a position that she um, just came out of. But let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. I was thinking, well, maybe she should have just took that to Playboy or somewhere. But once I read the descriptions, I kind of see why she's doing it. I understand what she's saying when she says the, feeling free part. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. So the other story that I wanted to get on was this video that Kanye West put out. Now, first of all, he put this album on his $200 device. Now, I guess if you guys feel like spending $200 for somebody's music, that's kind of your decision to do that, and you're right. Um, and I'm just wondering if you could put other music on there, or if you can get other music on it. I don't know. I mean, are you using this thing one time, right? So I don't know. If you guys are familiar with whatever it's called, let me know in the comments. Um, but anyway, so he has his album out. I think it's called Dondo 2.0. And he just released a music video for one of the songs called Easy. I think it's called Easy, and it's featuring the game. Haven't heard the song, really. Can't tell you anything too much about the song. But my understanding is he is in clay form, and he's burying this clay Pete Davidson look-alike in the video. And so, even though it may sound like I'm kind of laughing at the situation, I really don't find it funny, to be honest. And just looking at some of the headlines that people are posting about his behavior, um, you can kind of see the train wreck of it all, like brewing and just waiting to collide, right? And so for my thing, and I think I said this on my other channel on the rant room, and I may have brought him up very quickly about something else, because he stays in the media, of course. Um, if he has real friends, you would hope that these real friends would kind of tell him that some of this stuff you might want to rethink it. It could sound good in theory, and you may feel untouchable in your own special way or whatever it is that you think of yourself. But when you start doing things like threatening people, um, doing warped type things of sending messages about harming or killing someone, and this is all allegedly, but I'm just putting it out here. um, you might want to rethink some of that stuff, because some of this stuff can come back on you at a later time. Um, and that's all I really kind of wanted to say about that, because I see some of the headlines where people are saying his behavior is cringeworthy, it's creepy, just all the stuff. I'm talking about the headlines around what he's doing. Like, some people might think it's funny. Some people are amused by seeing him set himself up. And these people don't care about him setting himself up. The lady is divorced from here, to my understanding. She went to the court and asked to be deemed single. And so now she is single. Technically, she's single at this point without the final paperwork. She's single. Um, So he really needs to not get in her business like that. That's just her personal business. Now, where his children are concerned, that's different, because he would obviously have a right to say or get involved in anything where they are concerned. But I think getting involved in her personal business like that is making him look a certain way, and people will let you sit around and set yourself up, right? And that's kind of how it looks to me. Like, okay, you seeing the headlines, you're seeing him keep saying all this stuff and saying certain things about this guy. To my understanding, they are talking about a restraining order or something. I don't know. I don't know if she got the restraining order, or if Pete Davidson is talking about getting one, or he had to get security or what have you. And like I said, for some people, you guys can see humor and stuff like that, but you can also see how these things can come back around and come up again in a completely different way. And that's, all I'm trying to say. I don't think it's funny. I think that he needs to cut that out. Um, Now, if you want to keep trying to convince somebody to get back with you, that's your business. But it's a way to do that without attacking or looking as if you're attacking this guy. That's kind of my point. But let me know what you guys think about all of that. Can you see like the train wreck that all could really come from this? And another story that it kind of reminds me of is young Pharaoh, right? And people may think that Kanye could buy himself out of there. He, no, no, no. He's not going to be able to buy himself out of everything. So that's not you might not want to put yourself out there like that, to looking like you would do something to harm this guy, and then this guy can honestly come up harmed, and he may have nothing to do with it, and people are going to still point fingers to him, right? You guys get what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I'm going to come back about young Pharaoh in a completely different separate video, um, because this Kanye stuff is kind of reminding me of young Pharaoh and how he was saying all this stuff. And the whole, I think Golden Beauty, she kind of regrets putting that fight out there between them, but it's already out there, the conversation about it. And then he kind of came and confirmed it. And so, not only her, then there was altercations with other people, security and other people that were around him. And to my understanding, he's in some legal trouble right now. So I'm going to come back to that in a separate video. The only other thing, since I'm on, as Storm Monroe would say, Wonder Bread news, I went to the young lady who posted the story about Teyana Taylor, on TikTok. She has an Instagram page as well, but it's private. And so I subscribed to her channel. I sent her the request, and she actually confirmed. And so when you get onto her page, she has this message up there, and it's called a PSA. And she's kind of saying, I guess, speaking to what I was saying, and some other people who probably had things to say. She was saying that, her story was not about race because it wasn't about her. Like, we people who don't know who she is and don't know her platform, or we're not familiar with her, we're gonna look at that and see that the way it looks, right? And so, um, I don't feel any way about what I said. I still stand on what I said because that is the way that came off. Now, she's saying all of her stories are coming from sources, and that just because she's white do not mean that it's about a white person, or that she is the one involved. She's saying that all of her stories are allegedly, and that someone else is the source, and they're sending her these stories, even the blind items, even though she's reenacting these stories out, that doesn't necessarily mean that she's involved or a white person is involved. And she says that she doesn't operate on race. That's what she says. As you guys, I put the statement in this video. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but so yeah, so I gotta explain, a little bit more, because like I said, people who are not familiar with her, we're going to look at that video and we're going to see that for what it is to us, because we don't know that you're saying you're reenacting the whole thing. It sounds as if you're saying you are the person and you had this knowledge. And so, but she's saying no, the story came from a source, and she just reenacting the source. She just happens to be white. So, anyway, so technically, what she's saying is that this assistant may not have been a white person; it could have been somebody black, and that person or whomever was available doing all this stuff when it was going on is probably the one who told her what happened. But like she said, it's all allegedly. And so while I was on her page, I saw some other stories that she was posting, um, and she has the story in her stories about Beyonce's lyrics, Becky with the good hair, and here it is right here, and she's saying that Amy Winehouse was Becky with the good hair. Now, have you guys heard that? Because I've never heard that. Like, that was my first time hearing anything like that. So she's saying that Jay-Z and Amy Winehouse had some type of relationship. I don't know. I know that they had a. She was on one. I think she's on a remix of one of his songs, or he may be on one of her songs. It's something like that. I know that they have music together, but she is stating that she was the Becky with the good hair. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments, and in the video that's in her stories. She's kind of pointing out certain things and connections and time that they were spending together, as far as, I mean, Amy Winehouse and Jay-Z. This is all allegedly. I don't know. Like, her stories are a trip over there on her page. No wonder she keeps that page private. Okay. Okay. Uh, but all of this stuff is allegedly. I don't know if it's true or not. Only Beyonce can tell you who Becky with the good hair is at the end of the day, and it may not be anyone. To be honest, that's kind of what I've always thought, that it was the person is a song, right? It's just a song. That's what I think. That's just my opinion. But people can believe whatever it is that they want to believe. Another story that she kind of put out there was about Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber. And That one is still kind of up there. Now you guys know that they dated some time ago because he's married now. So this is, that was old. Even the Becky with the good hair story is kind of old, but she has this video up of Selena and Justin kind of walking through this alley somewhere in LA. I don't really recognize the area, but there's these 4 or 5 Hispanic guys standing around. So I'm assuming one of them was filming, and you kind of see the camera go in Selena's face, so you know that it's them. You know that it is, in fact, them. And when they got to the end of the alley, the guy calls Justin's name, and he turns around, so he acknowledges the person calling him, and he says, to him that he's all right with him. But allegedly, they were in the alley looking for stuff. Now, I don't know. And this, of course, was years ago because they're obviously no longer together. Like I said, he's married, and so they both could have, could be going in some completely different directions at this point in their life, right? So I don't know, but her stories are pretty scandalous over there. I don't know if I really believe the whole thing about Teyana. I don't believe what, because Teyana has already responded to that story. So I don't know that I think any of the stuff that she's putting up is true, but the way she tells these stories, and then she has the video of them actually walking through this alley. So I don't know. I think one of them, either Justin or Selena, have talked about um, going into rehab or something before in the past. So it's, I mean, all things are possible, right? But let me know what you guys think about all these stories in the comments. I just wanted to come back and kind of clear up what she said, because she kind of responded to some of us who were saying, what is it that what would make you want to put this story out like that? Like, why would you try to come in between somebody's family? But then she was saying that it was sent to her by a source. That she puts up all these blind item videos, and she she put them up based on if they come in, and she's not thinking in terms of race. So she doesn't care who it's about, who the story is about. She's going to run it if that's how she's feeling. But when people are seeing her, you kind of seeing her as the story, and was my point. Like, to me, like, if people don't know who you are and they're not following your page, they're going to think that you're trying to say that you somehow was involved in all of this. But I digress. Let me know what you guys think about all these stories in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'll probably come back a little later with the whole story about young Pharaoh and his recent arrest, because I'm wondering if he is in jail, because I haven't seen any recent videos posted from him. But I'll come back in another video about that. I'll see you guys in the next video.